Hey everyone, I would like to explain the practice of Jala Neti and the use of the Neti pot. So Jala Neti is a yogic and Ayurvedic practice that cleanses the sinus and nasal passages by running lukewarm saline water through the nose. So Jala is a Sanskrit word which means water, and Neti means to guide. So literally it means guiding water, and it has been used since many centuries for its powerful physical, psychological and spiritual benefits. So the practice works because by clearing your nasal passages, it allows for fuller and freer breathing, which will help to increase the amount of prana, which is the life force that we can absorb. On a higher level, it activates the Ajna chakra, which is the point in between your eyebrows and which is related to your pituitary gland and to your third eye. And this activation will help us to see the unity of creation. In the West, it has gained mostly popularity because of its benefits for the sinuses. It can really help to resolve any allergies or sinus issues. So the practice works because the warm saline water loosens up and dissolves any internal buildup and drives it outward. It also works because of the vacuum pressure flow of the water. So through this mechanism, it creates a vacuum, and this will suck any mucus out of the sinuses, which would otherwise be impossible because the sinuses are dead-end cavities. So this is very beneficial for your sinuses. And it also stimulates the working of the cilia, which are tiny hair-like structures in your nose, in your nasal passages, that kind of make a waving movement and that either bring the mucus to the front of the nose so that you can blow it out, or it moves it to the back of the throat so you can swallow. So the practice of Jala Neti really helps the working of these cilia. So how does the practice work? You use lukewarm water and you dissolve salt into this water. And for 500 milliliters of water, you use 1 teaspoon of salt. This pot is about 250 milliliters. So for one pot, you use half a teaspoon and you use 1 pot per nostril. So you really want this vacuum flow to have an effect. Now it's best to use finely grounded salt because it dissolves a little bit more easy, and it's important that you don't use table salt because this contains additives, and these additives can be very irritating and unhealthy. So you can use, for example, sea salt or Himalayan salt. And then how you use the neti pot. You of course fill your pot with lukewarm salt water. Then you lean forward a little bit. This prevents any water from going into your throat. And then you turn the face towards the side of the upper nostril. So if I'm going to use my right nostril, right upper nostril, I turn my head towards the right. And I try to keep the chin and the forehead somewhat on the same level. And then you put the spout of your neti pot in the upper nostril. You put a little bit of pressure, otherwise it will leak here. And then as you breathe through your mouth, you start raising the pot. And then the water will flow through the upper nostril and out of the lower nostril. So it's important that you just keep breathing very calmly through the mouth and just raise the cup until it is empty. It's important, some people, when they raise the pot, they automatically go with the head as well. This is not good. Try to keep the head steady, because otherwise it can also go a little bit into the ear, which is also okay, but it's not necessary. So then when you're finished, you face the floor and you exhale a few times, a bit vigorously, like Kapalabhati, pulling the abdomen in towards the spine, just to expel any water. It's best to not pinch the nostrils when you do this. So I always like to practice either in the shower or above a sink, so I can just exhale the excess water into the sink. So you do the same on the other side, on the left nostril. So again, you fill your pot, do the same on the other nostril. And then when you finished the left nostril, you then again exhale a few times vigorously, expelling any water. What you also can do is make a forward bend. So you bend forward and stay here for a few moments. Also, this will help to expel any excess water. So I personally love using the Neti pot in the morning, of course for the cleansing, but also it gives a lot of clarity. It really helps to feel very clear.